here we go. We are live in game number 2 after a really impressive game number 1 from IncaUna. Showing how if you play CO2 spotless, you don't have any wipes, you just win by showing off how big your balls are, basically. If you don't have any wipes in such a high level, intense game. And are we seeing the first upset of the tournament? If it's a qualification tournament, of course. So it's not the end of the world if you lose, because we have 2 more qualifiers coming up. But still, IncaUna kicking out Nagano on the first qualifier tournament is something we don't saw that often happening. Upsets were not that common for us. So let's have a focus on this game now. Can IncaUna pull it off? We have Nagano as Soviets. The first Soviets actually that we see on stream with airborne troops, guard motor, and guard rifle combined arms. We have Inca as Austria again with Festung Armor, Jäger Infantry, and Lightning War. Alright, so far nothing unusual is happening. IncaUna playing a little bit but defensive, having the MG over here, capping the viewpoint over here. Now we have the standard skirmish over here. Interesting why the MG42 is covering the VP and not over this area where he could have suppressed the incoming conscript. Maybe he wants to suppress the squad which will cap this point soon and then move over. Can he see it? Yes, here we go. Pioneer should get suppressed and gets forced back. By the way, standard build order from Nagano on Inca this time, and no mistakes on my end this time also. In the long run, the Pioneers will lose this engagement, but no, the MG is setting up over here, and they will get the suppression going against the conscript. Yes, here we go. Suppression coming in. Pioneers immediately closing in, forcing off the conscript, and yeah, I would say at least first engagement there. No model drop though on the side from Nagano, so he didn't suffer any manpower losses. Only 1 model drop though for Inca as well, and the Pioneer model. No, it's not the end of the world. But being forced off the map is always hurting. MG no decapping the ammo point. Setting up, not in the best angle. Double Grenadiers jumping straight into cover against the conscript without green cover, so that should be easily decisive battle there for Inca. MG should now move over. I think capping the ammo points is not that much important than winning this engagement over here, because this engagement would surely determine the map control the next 3 minutes for Nagano. He knows if he loses that he will be screwed. So he's definitely trying to win this at any cost. MG42 already getting some nice damage done though, or nope. Conscripts moved away like a slippery fish. MG42 moving up. Grenadier should go home really low there. MG will now set up. Why he's moving back so much? Ah, he was a flamer. He will get the suppression on the flamer for sure. Flamer has to go home. Conscripts are now coming in. Should switch target there. Yes, here we go. But force off 1 conscript, so in the end still looking pretty good for IncaUna, but Nagano controlling more of the map since Inca was not able to cap this point and this point. The Grant's coming now over here. Inca already tagged up and preparing for the 222. Nagano building meanwhile tier 2. Has healed though, so it's something. Should maybe close in there. MG moving up. And setting up into a better angle there to avoid a push from this side. That's nice to see. Pioneer's getting some damage done there. I'm not sure why Inca's not finishing off the Pioneer. We have the first MG42 out. That means Nagano knows, okay, tier 1 has been tagged, or battle phase 1. But it also delays the heal, and I'm not sure if that was the right call to make delaying its heal. Tier 2 goes up, 222 will now be queued any second. 130 fuel sit, here we go, right away. And but no heal, and the grenades are pretty low. Not sure. Not sure about that. About this early MG42. Tier 3 coming up right away. Is Nagano playing half track? There's no reason to go for an early tier 3 if you don't want to go for M5. Normally you would go AT gun and then maybe into T70 depending on how the game develops. Great fuel control though for Nagano, I have to admit. But we saw in game number 1, fuel control in the early game is not everything. Inca stops the queue of his 4th Grenadier, probably going for an AT gun. He's anticipating something, and yes, here we go. Half track is on the way. And he caught in the Jäger command squad. Nice sandbags, by the way, from Nagano. Coming over. The half track has a lot of potential there. It arrives really early if you can upgrade it. It counters the 222 pretty effectively, even better than the T70 does it. So it has a high damage potential, and also not the end of the world if you lose it. Since it's only 30 fuel, right? It's basically the same amount of fuel as the 2 cost. But it's really fragile. 2 shots from an AT gun, it's dead. And yeah, it's true, it's not the end of the world if you lose it, since it's not that expensive, but losing your light vehicle early on always hurts. Since it's the momentum that you will lose, and maybe the enemy will be able to capitalize on it.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts, now you can use Molotovs.
18 A's have been unlocked by Nagano, so he has now all his conscripts upgraded. They're ready to do some burning and snaring. AT guns will take some time from Inca still, since he's lacking fuel, not fuel, sorry, manpower. Oh, Pioneer's charging in. Has now to retreat. We have the second MG42 up and still no heal. Heal is only now on the way. Ooh, 222 hit the mine. Will the M5 come in, the quad mode, and kill it? Here we go, it's on the way. Can it hide though on time? Grenadiers are coming in. Inca reacts really quickly, doesn't have ammo for snare, so he has to pretend he has it. Maybe he can. Heal is now done, so he actually has no snare. Oh, that looks really bad at the moment. Third engineer, that's interesting. Why do you want to have a third engineer? When was the last time I saw 3 engineers? Especially that early on. Inca desperately needs an AT gun. You can feel the pressure from the quad. This guy now on the way from Nagano, he cancelled it. Oh, never mind, he didn't cancel it. He's using it to mine over here. And it's a sweeper point. I don't understand it. Classical mine sweeping by IncaUna by stepping onto them. AT gun on the way from Inca finally. We have the grenadiers now with double LMG, or 2 grenadiers with LMGs. And those will deal a lot of damage.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
222 now changing side, trying to deny the harassment of Nagano. And Inca really wants to get back to fuel control. Nagano can already think about taking up into tier 4. AT gun finally hits the field. tripwire flare goes off on retreat. At least those was not the last model in the squad, otherwise it would be really, really tilting to lose the squad on retreat to a tripwire flare.
We must defend our headquarters.
Conscripts are coming around the corner. Will get the snare off. Quad though is on the opposite side of the map. MG got enough time to set up. Will force off the conscript. AT gun is already on the field. Where is it? It's on the though going to the other side. This gun is coming forward, but not in range. Oh, AT gun misses. Will it get the second shot off? No.
HQ is under attack.
Oh, might get the wipe there. Oh, the engineer gets away with 1 HP. He will have something to tell his friends once he's home. How he escaped death. 222 will now get repaired, and it wasn't that bad in the end for IncaUna. He was able to do a lot of damage there and deny map control maybe. But on the other hand, Inca is still behind. And Nogano has a lot of resources in the bank. He reinforced completely and knows building tier 4. And look at the fuel income. Nogano will have enough fuel for a T-34 in 1 minute. And Inca not even tagged up for tier 3. That really tells the story how behind Inca is fuel-wise. And how much damage that the half-track did. I think you were not even able to do so much damage with the T-70. It's really the right moment if you get the quad mode in the right moment. Grenadiers have to fall back there with conscripts and the flamer in house. You won't win this. Will he throw a Molotov? Yes, he goes the Molotov. Not sure. Yeah, fair enough, because of the late reaction from Inca. He will force off the squad. At the moment it's looking really bad for Inca. He's really behind. The half-track is applying so much pressure that he's not able to get on the field realistically. Since every time he wants to cap on the right side or left side, the half-track denies it. The AT gun can't be everywhere. And T-34 is now an option there from Nogano. He has enough fuel and manpower in the bank. Second AT gun is on the way, and Nogano goes for guard drive and combined arms, probably going for the KV-1 then. And the KV-1 is definitely a threat. And keep in mind, the single strafe is really good, especially against AT guns, so you have to be careful with your AT gun positioning now as IncaUna, otherwise you are risking to lose both AT guns to one strike. Nice try with the Raffinate, but it didn't work out. AT gun a little bit off position, and MG is bad position, but Grenadier will come in, but probably deny it. It's interesting to think what Inca is now expecting, what tank Nogano will go for. He knows I had double fuel against me, manpower wise. It's hard to judge, probably, but like, what is the fuel count?
The sector has been cut off.
I don't know. Yeah, 2-2 in a bad spot, AT gun out of position. He will lose the 2-2, probably. Gets the shot in against the half-track. Will he get the kill? Late reaction from Nogano, one more shot is needed, and the shot misses. But now the AT gun will go down. And I think that will be game. KV-1 is now on the way.
We have lost a pack gun. Light artillery barrage at your command.
Donating an AT gun to a Soviet player is austere.
Enemy forces are securing
He might
our
get the wipe on the
territory.
conscript though. It's something. Nope, the half track will deny it. Oh, he's going for the snare! He sprinted, but yeah, the suppression kicked in. I think it would have been safer to go for the web over here. Yeah, oh, he gets the decrew on the AT gun, but I don't know. He's investing a lot to get his AT gun. Oh, and he drops the MG42. He lost the Grenadier as well, I just realized. I think Inca will surrender once he sees the KV1. He knows there's no way I will come back into this game. He only now tagged up to tier 2 and the KV1 is on the field. And the AT guns are out of position. There's no snare option and KV1 eat AT guns now, which are out of position for breakfast.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Yeah. I don't see any comebacks before IncaUna happening anytime soon. Half track now in a good position. Yeah, and this snare bounces, 0 HP bug saves the day, AT gun gets recruit. He could now use, or overdrive has been already used. He gets a shot in, but it doesn't matter that much. Second AT gun will get recruit. Will it? Yes.
We have lost a pack gun.
Yeah. That's game. And Inca surrenders. What a painful game for Inca. He was never able to cope with the threat of the quad mode. The quad mode just killed him. A decent time quad mode is so hard to counter as Oster. It's so hard because you get so much. Like, you have this small recovery phase as Oster against Soviets where you are slowly able. Where you like fall back. Or no, you have like early game you're under a lot of pressure because there's so many squads, you're really relying on your MG42, so you have to play around this, you can't be really aggressive. And then you have the 2-2-2 on the field, which kinda turns this momentum that you can be more aggressive as Oster and slowly force back the Soviet player till the T-70 arrives, or the other light vehicles from USF, like the Stuart, where you then force back again, but then you have a gap time till the P4 arrives, and you know, but the quad mode basically changes the whole how it works, right? The quad mode arrives if you do it correctly at the same timing as the 2-2-2, if you're on point, which is not that easy with like manpower management and resource management. And suddenly, where Austria should be now getting momentum and be able to push, this never happens. And suddenly you have invested manpower into attack which is not paying itself off, right? And one other problem is you need an AT gun, but you're bleeding manpower. So it's even harder. It's getting harder to get into the game. And you can really see that happen to IncaUna, right? So, anyways.